everyone, and welcome to Real Time, where we cook real food in a real kitchen on a real budget.
For real!
And today we are just zipping up some kind of comfort food for this winter day. We are going to make some sausage with a nice little tomato sauce, some roasted potatoes, and greens. Chomps.
Green chomps.
We call them chomps in Africa, but they're called collard greens here. Not that I'm in Africa. I'm not. But I was! So, here we go. You ready to learn?
Yes.
Get your beverage? I'm half
Click.
done, so this should be fun.
Click!
We're going to put the potatoes in first. Come on over here. The basics of a seasoned salt is the holy trinity. Salt, pepper, garlic powder. And then I add to that some sweet smoked paprika. Okay? And we're going to put that, come here child.
I'm coming.
Sprinkle that on all those potatoes, you know, and then I want you to, other child, put olive oil all over it, and then flip them over on their other side, okay?
Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm going to start the sausage. So, I have, my skillet is ready. It's nice and hot. It's a medium heat. I'm going to take my sausages, and you can put a little oil in the pan. Move it. Just so it won't stick. But you don't need a lot because sausage has a lot of fat in it. I'm just going to put them straight on there. I've got 2 links per person, or you could do less if you're not big eaters, but we have company, so I'm making a lot. Gosh, do I have room? Scoot over. What you need to do is brown that on all sides. Like, so you're going to flip it over and flip it over till, okay, this is kind of ridiculous. Normally, I'm not cooking for 100 people. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to brown that on all sides, and after that's all cooked and browned, we'll make a sauce for it and cook it in the sauce cupboard. So see you back in a minute. All right, welcome back, and our sausages, if you'll look, have been browned on all sides, or both sides, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and take them out, so I'm going to build my sauce, and then I'm going to cook it all together. So they're not cooked all the way through, as you can see. I'm just browning them, because when you brown them, it tastes better. So I have some garlic. I have 3 large garlic cloves here. I've got them broken up into maybe 1 and 2 over here. So this is going to be for the greens, and this is going to be for my sausage. I already have a good layer of fat in the pan from the sausage and that little bit of olive oil I put in. I'm going to put my garlic in there and let it toast up, but you don't want it to get brown. You don't want it to get like a deep brown color because it turns bitter. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Okay, good. See, a light sizzle is good. Let that sizzle up a little bit. I've got some crushed tomatoes here, and I like to get, you can get it in a tin. This is about 8 ounces each. You can get it in a tin if you want, but I like these better because the tin tastes like tin, right? You can taste the metallic, and that's fine. You can actually cook that taste out. But, you know what, I just like these, okay? So I'm putting that in. Put that in. Fill that up with water for me, please.
I will do that. All the way up or just a little bit?
Maybe halfway. I want it to not be super runny, but, you know, some of that water's going to cook out, right? I have a bay leaf from the garden. You can get dried bay leaves, or you can just leave this out. But if it's a fresh bay leaf, you want to rip it a little so that the oils from the leaf and the flavor from the leaf can get out into your dish, right? Since I'm using tomatoes, I always like to put a good pinch of sugar in there to balance the acidity of it. And let's put a teaspoon of salt in there, since there's no salt in those tomatoes. You can get salt-free crushed tomatoes, salt-free tomato sauce, and I like that because I like to control the salt. And let's do just a little bit of black pepper. All right, that ought to be good. Now I'm going to put my sausages back in. And then I'll cover them and let them continue to cook while we finish everything else, which should take about a half an hour, all right? So you want those in there for at least a half an hour. And it's a good idea to have a meat thermometer in your kitchen so you can always check your meat and make sure. I'm gonna pour that stuff back in, right? Here's my lid. I'll bring that back up to a boil and then I'll turn it down to simmer it. You know what a simmer is?
Basically, low bubbles.
Little bubbles.
Little bubbles.
Little bubbles, not boiling over. All right, so we'll get that going. Now let's get our greens done. My pan is hot, so careful. We are going to put a little. I want you to go 5 times around with that olive oil. Ready, go.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh, it's okay. Good lesson.
4.
It's smoking. That's bad.
Why
It's so bad. When it smokes like that, you're burning your oil. No matter what kind of oil you're using, you've burned the oil. It's going to taste gross. Don't use it. Like, get rid of it, okay? That's what we did. So we have gotten all the old oil out of our pan, and we're going to try this again on a lower temperature. Ready? 5 times.
Yay! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Get those in there. Go, 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 go.
Cut!
So, yeah, the collard greens had water on them. And when I threw them in the hot pan with that oil, it popped. And that's very unsafe.
And that scared us. Yeah,
And
we went,
so don't do that.
Don't do it.
What happened is my pan was too hot. That's a good lesson, right? My pan was too hot.
We don't see. Oh.
My pan was my
No, hey, water.
So now we've got it turned down. We have our, I put the collards in there. I'm getting them tossed around, right? Look at my spoon. There you go.
Dry those.
Okay? It'll be okay now. Okay. The adult will do it.
Yeah.
And you put them in a little bit at a time while they wilt down, right? I'm going to put my garlic in. I'm going to put a teaspoon, which is 3 of my little spoons, of salt in. And you can put as much or no red pepper. I'm putting about a big pinch, okay, a big pinch. But they cook down like crazy. This is 2 giant heads of collard greens. It's going to be enough for, you know, I would say 6 people. And we haven't put our potatoes in.
Oh my God!
Here they are. Flip them over. We've got olive oil and seasoned salt on them. We want to flip them over like this. Okay, go. We're going to put them in a 400-degree oven. All right? Like
That's the degree that I flat iron my hair on.
okay, that's roasting temperature. So you roast your hair.
Yes, I do.
You cook a potato depends on how thick it is. Not how big it is, how thick it is. These are pretty thin. So these will probably take 35 minutes. A whole big potato takes over an hour. All right? So we're going to set our timer for 30 minutes and then we'll check them. Do you know how to check them?
You look at put a fork in it and then see if it feels hard or hard.
You can stick a knife or a fork into the potato, into the thickest one that you see. And if it feels crispy, if it feels crunchy, it's not done. If it feels real soft, it's done. That's how you know. It's really the only way to know. We're just going to save it to the side off the heat with the lid. Where's my lid? There's my lid. And that will keep it from overcooking, but it'll stay. What are you laughing at?
Because you said, where's my lid? Where's my lid? There's my lid. That's funny. Okay, she's going to hit you with the spoon.
Okay. See you in a little bit.
Like the first time.
Okay. All right, so now we're done. We've got our greens, potatoes, and our sausage with sauce. And now we're going to eat it. So Hope you'll make it too, and come see us again next time.
Bye!
I just want to get a big bite of
Me
this.
too. Just
So that's what we're that's basic. That's the basics of a don't look down. That's the basics of a seasoned salt, pepper, garlic powder, and maybe onion powder if you want. Huh?
I'm sorry.
We'll start cooking that. This pan is so hot. That's pretty hot. So that might be a problem. Okay, well, we're gonna give it a shot anyway.